What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and today we are doing a product review. I was recently sent this right here from a company called Xtuga, and it is a wired to wireless microphone converter. You've probably seen devices like this before, but this one is called the SF1 and it's from Xtuga. I've done different tests on devices like this before, and what it basically does is it takes a regular microphone with an XLR connection and it makes it into a wireless microphone. So they sent it to me and it got here pretty quickly, and I decided to do a review on it for them. And let's just open up. This is the box that it comes in. This is the packaging. Pretty decent packaging that it comes in. It has a set of instructions, and then it's neatly packaged in here. I like the fact that it's got this foam cutouts for it because you can actually use it for storage. It's got a nice, durable box. So in case you don't have something already to store this stuff in, you can continue to use this. In the box, you have, like I said, the instructions, and then a transmitter and a receiver. You've got two USB charging ports, the USB-C charging ports or cables. And then you have these two adapters that go from 1/4 inch to XLR. Get it out of here. So you can use these as adapters, so you don't have to be just stuck with using these on XLR connections. You can also use them on 1/4 inch connections as well. Now the instructions are really good. They're very straightforward. They give you all the specs, which I'll put up on the screen. And I know the specs that everybody's really interested in always are the battery life. It says it's 6 hours of battery life. Working range is 50 to 80 meters, and the frequency range is 572 to 596 megahertz. It's usually the stuff that people ask me about this type of thing when it comes to the specs. There's a few more specs in there you can look at, as you see up here. But it's got instructions on how to match up the devices. You have they come pretty much prepared, already paired up, but in case there's a mishap in the shipping or wherever you bought it from, if you get two that are not paired up, it's got instructions with step-by-step things that you need to do to get these paired up, and it's really pretty easy. The devices themselves, they're pretty well built. They are made of plastic, except for the XLR connections. Those are made of metal, but they feel nice. They're not heavy at all. They're very lightweight compared to other versions that I've used, other brands that I've used. The transmitter is really simple. It's got a LCD screen. It's got 3 buttons. One's for power, one's for changing the channel, and the other one is for increasing the volume. So if you hit the power button, you see it comes on almost instantly, which is pretty cool. It shows you the frequency that you're on, and it shows you your battery life, and there's a signal indicator as well. Let's see, on the receiver you only have 1 button, but you have 3 lights, well actually 6 lights. You hit it, it comes on pretty quickly, and then you'll see a red light pop up right here. That means that it has paired up and connected with the transmitter. There's another light here to the left, that's for when it's charging. It turns red, let you know that it's actually charging. And then there's a light on the far left that says AF. I think it stands for audio frequency, but basically it's a signal light. It tells you, like when you're actually talking into the microphone, it turns green, like you see on most wireless microphones. There's something to indicate that the signal is actually coming through. And then on the bottom you have these 3 segments of LEDs or lights, and they just signal, or they show you your battery strength. So you've got 3 segments to see what your charge is looking like. And the same thing goes on here. This picture of a battery, it will go down as your battery strength goes down. Now I did some testing, and I see that even though there is a transmission, like a signal, you get a few bars for your signal, the bars don't really move. I think that just turns on to show that it actually is transmitting, but it does. I did some testing. I drove around and walked far away, and the bars never went down. So I think that's just showing that it is transmitting. But the battery, the 3 bars on there, they will go down as the battery strength goes down. And speaking of the battery strength, I did actually test it, and the manual says that the battery life is 6 hours, but I did a test and I actually got 7 hours in. It was like 7 hours and about 15 minutes. So it definitely surpassed the specifications in there. And one of the other specifications that it passed for in my testing so far has been the distance. I was really surprised. The instructions or the manual say that the distance is going to be about 50 to 80 meters. I think meters are about 3 feet, so I would say that's about maybe 150, feet. Well, I definitely got further than that. I got 220 feet that I was able to measure before I ran out of distance to go, and that's like the length of my yard. And once I found a good signal or a good channel to be on, I was able to go 220 feet and still have a signal, and it sounded good. So I was really surprised about that. I thought I was going to be getting like maybe 100 feet or so, but I did have to play with or choose the right frequency. And I'm glad they do that because according to the manual, they give you 16 different frequencies that you can switch to. So if you have a problem with one, if you're getting some static, or if you're in an environment that has a lot of other radio interference, you can always switch over. You have 16 different options to switch to. And when you do change the channel, there will be a drop of the audio but it's not a very long one. Like you hit the channel switch and you'll see the red light. Hit this channel button and you'll see the red light go off for a little while, maybe a second or two, and then it'll come back on because it jumped and found the correct channel that this was moved over to. So that's just something to consider. Like if you're doing like a ceremony or something and you might have a little bit of a static or whatever, if you're going to change the channel, be prepared for the audio to drop for about what you saw was maybe three seconds. But other than that, once you find the right channel, it works really, really well. I was very surprised about that. I was able to go on one side of my yard to the other side and even into the field next to my house, and I didn't lose the signal. I gave up before this gave up, which is really surprising. But anyway, let's get into some test footage and we'll see how this works. Okay, so here we are outside where we have a little bit more room. One thing I should have mentioned about this mic is that you can change the volume 5 different levels. So you have 5 different levels of volume that you can go with. So we'll do a quick test right now. Now I'm on level 1. This is level 1. This is level 2, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the mic picks up the car noise going by. I'm not sure if you can hear that. This is level 3. This is what it sounds like with level 3. Now I'm doing level 4. Now we're back to level 5. So what I'm going to do is just going to walk, and I'll let you see for yourself what the audio sounds like. They always tell you to make sure you have direct line of sight. So I'm going to try to walk backwards. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to go get my measuring stick. This is my trusty measuring stick. Set it to 0. And we're going to go and take a walk and see how far we can go and see if you can hear any dropouts. I'm just going to keep talking. Right now we are at the 50-foot mark. I'm 50 feet away, and we have direct line of sight. There's not a whole lot of anything to give interference out in the yard. So we're going to keep walking a little further. I think that as I'm walking, you may get some dropouts because I have my body as a barrier between me and the receiver. But we'll see when we listen to the playback. Right now, we are at 105 feet. This is 105 feet using the Shure hooked up to the Xtuga. Let's go a little bit further. Keep walking. And now I am at 150 feet. This is 150 feet away. Hopefully you can see me in my bright red jacket, or not bright, but you can see me, hopefully. Let's walk a little further. And this is where it's going to get a little tricky. I'm at 175 feet, and I'm going to walk a little further, but there's a turn. So I'm behind those bushes, and right now I'm 200 feet away. 200 feet away and still going. Walking past another big body of bushes. This is putting me at 241 feet away. I'm 241 feet away and still talking. Hopefully you can hear me. About to hit 200 and let's just go for 300. This is 300 feet away. I'm not sure if you can actually hear me, but let's just push it. 310, 320, 333, 35. We're going to stop when we get to 400. I'm at 364. And now we are at 400. 400 feet away. I'm pretty sure you can't hear me, but let's just keep walking back. But I think we're going to see that this got really good range, because when I tested it yesterday, I was really surprised that I was able to get as far as I did. I think yesterday I went maybe to about the 250 foot mark, and it was still playing. Yesterday I was using a Mackie Thump Go speaker. This time I'm just using the Mackie mixer, but either way, it will give you a good idea. I think this will give you an even clearer idea of what the sound transmission is like over the wireless and over that kind of a distance. So I'm really excited to go and do the playback and see what this sounds like. All right, so here you have it. After all that testing, I think it is safe to say that this right here is a very good device. It's pretty reliable. It does everything it said it was going to do. It surpassed the expectations that I had. I was really impressed that I was able to still be connected with 400 feet of distance, even though there were a considerable amount of audio glitches and dropouts at that length. I was just surprised it even stayed connected at that length. I can see me using these in situations where maybe I need an extra 100 feet of distance and I don't want to run a cable. So I'm going to keep these in my gear bag. I'm always going to have them charged up and ready to go, because I never know what I'm going to come across when I get to these different venues, and this can be a lifesaver, I can think so. And I can think of a few situations where I could have used this over the summer. So I'm gonna put the link for this in the description below, so you can go on Amazon and get you one. If you have one already, let me know in the comments how you feel about it, if you tried it before, or if you have any other suggestions, just let me know in the comments. But once again, it's your boy Logistical Styles, and be on the lookout for more videos. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.